Hello everyone, welcome to another Vegan Mundi cooking class, and this time we'll be learning how to make a vegan sweet potato brownie. And you don't need to worry, you won't taste the sweet potato in the brownie, you will taste your chocolate and the sweetness. So before we start talking about the recipe and making it, take a look at the ingredients on the screen. So this recipe is easy. It's all about blending all the ingredients and then baking it. And there are just two tips that I wanted to give you before we start. First tip is try using the regular sweet potato. If you use the orange one, the one that I'm using here, you have to add a half more cup of oat flour, and it's also good for you to drain the sweet potato because the orange one, it has more water, so you don't want it to be super watery, otherwise your sweet potato will be fudgy and you want it a little bit more consistent, more solid. And the second tip, I always start putting the wet ingredients in the blender. So I start with the plant-based milk and with the simple syrup. I do this because it's easier for you to blend the ingredients like that. If you start with the solid ingredients, it will be like a mess. So you want to blend the wet ingredients first, quickly. That's it. And then you add the dry ingredients. The sweet potato, my orange one is not that dry, right? Oops. The oat flour. And I don't buy oat flour, I just buy regular oats and I process them in the blender and then I have my oat flour. It's cheaper. Bananas. There is actually a third tip in this video. One thing that you cannot exaggerate is in the banana, because if you put too much banana, then you will taste the banana and you want to taste chocolate and not banana. Cocoa powder. Cinnamon, optional, but I think it gives a nice touch to your brownie. Baking powder. And one thing that it's optional as well, but I like doing, I add walnuts to my brownie. If you don't like it, don't add it. And then you will simply blend it. Now that we blended it, I want to show to you what is the consistency that you want to achieve. So this is the consistency of your dough. You might be wondering, I don't think this thing will turn into a brownie. Trust me, it will. Once you put it in the oven and you bake it, then you put it in the fridge for a while, it becomes a very good brownie. And you use your spatula to mold it. It's not super liquid, not super solid, something in between. And now you preheat your oven 350 degrees Fahrenheit and you bake it for 35-40 minutes. And then after 30 minutes in the fridge, you can simply cut the brownie in squares and you are good to eat. Here